Hey, I got a Nissan Murano Cvt here, and here it is right here. And I had to take this apart and repair this for a car dealership who I guess got it from the auction. Now, this transmission, the variators were all damaged. I mean, there was metal everywhere, so I had to take the valve body apart and unstick valves in there and put another variator in there and put the roller fix inside, and I put it back together. Problem is, after putting it back together, when I took off, it would chatter. And so, oh boy, maybe it'll work itself out. It did not work itself out. Worked itself right back to the shop. Well, we had to take it back out, and I went straight to where the problem was, which was over here, a flow control valve. Now, this flow control valve in this pump was stuck. I couldn't get it out at first. So I said, okay, I have another pump. So I was going to use this one, and I checked to make sure the flow control valve was okay. And it was free. However, when I looked at this thing, if you could see, this thing is worn. You see the wear right here. Worn here. I mean, that's terrible. And it was worn here. So I didn't want to put that on. So I said, well, let me see if I can get the valve out of this one. And I did. I eventually unstuck it and put this back. And I got the valve out and used brush buddies, everything. And this wasn't as bad as the other one. However, it still was worn here. And worn here, so I didn't want to have an issue. Let me get the other one. Let you see the other one. See where this one is much worse than this one. Terrible. This is worse. Okay. See the wear spots here. So now I don't want to take this out again. I don't want to put either one of these in. So there is a kit here that I'm going to try by Transgo, and it comes with a valve and sleeves. It also got balls in here for the variator, but you know I don't use the balls. Y'all should know me by now. I don't use those balls. I eliminate those things and put in pins. But it has a spring, a new spring, and it has a valve that's two pieces, something like this. Now I'm going to try this. Now I did hear that some have tried this valve from Transgo, and it had a throttle buzz. It made a noise. You end up having to take it back out. So this is going to be my first time trying it to see if that's going to happen. The only other way is to bore that out and put an oversized valve in there, I guess, and fix it that way. But I don't have a bore tool to do that, so I'm going to try their fix and see if it works or if it doesn't work. Hopefully they have tried this out and tested it without just in theory saying it would work. You know, sometimes you got to put something to the test to see if it works. In theory, you come up with something, yes, but you have to put it in practice. So how this goes into the bore like that. This one goes right here. Then the new spring goes here, and then you reuse this part. Okay, like that. So we're gonna see how this works. Okay, I'm gonna put in there, put this transmission back together, and we're gonna put it back up in the Murano Let me tell you what symptoms it had. When I took off, it would chatter, and it would lose its pressure and stuff like that. So we're about to see. Okay. Once again, this is for the Muranos. Boss. This is the kit JF010E-FC, and you see what it's for. JF010E/RE0F9A transmission. All right. See what this thing does. Let's see if it works. The flow control valve in this pump is right here. So let me see. Spring. Okay, then you just tighten this up and put this pump back together. And let's see what happens here. Alright, I have this Nissan Murano back together, and as I told you, that the flow control valve was stuck, and I'm trying that valve from what is it, transgo here, and see how this works. See if it get a throttle buzz. It should work, but whether it would make a noise, some type of noticeable noise. Again, when this was stuck, the flow control valve was stuck, it shuddered when taken off. It hesitated in taking off. And the codes that it threw was P0746, PC solenoid A, and P0868. Fluid pressure is low. Okay, so now we're going to see if this thing shutter when it takes off, because we're going to get this back in. All right, there it is.